Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to cut a half yard fabric into bias strips. So this happens to be a yard of fabric. So the first thing, of course, I want to do is to be able to cut it into a half a yard. I like to do the half a yard because the strips end up being quite a bit longer than if you just used like a fat quarter. Because if you used a fat quarter, these would be smaller and then you'd have to reattach multiple pieces. So you'd be doing a lot more work than when you have the longer pieces. So I'm just going to cut this into a half a yard. And the first thing I need to do after that is to cut off the selvage. So I'm flipping it, the selvage is here. And I'm just going to cut off that selvage end so that that won't be in any of the pieces, because we don't want that. All right, so now I've got this half-inch piece. Here's the fold. I'm going to put the fold over here. I'm going to put this right up at the very beginning of my mat. And you see that there's the 45-inch line here, and it extends up into here. And that's what I'm going to use to cut on the bias. So I line up my ruler at the 45 here, and I match it with the 45 up here. The ruler's not quite long enough, but that's okay. So what I do is sometimes I just go back there and cut all the way up. So now I have these two pieces. And now what we have to do is they have to be going this way. And I'm going to put two pieces. I learned quick, in order to do things a little bit more efficiently, I'm just going to put these two pieces on top of each other. And that's going to allow me to cut all 4 strips at once. All right, remember we only want 1-inch strips, so I'm going to use my ruler. And I'm measuring 1 inch with the ruler, just lining that up. And I'm gonna cut. Love this ruler because it doesn't move. And I'm just gonna keep doing that till all the fabric is gone. It shouldn't take that long. Remember, I used 8 different fabrics to do this. Almost done. And now these are going to be nice and stretchy because they're cut on the bias. And that's what we want, because then it makes it wrap around that rope a lot easier. Another one, 1 inch. And you notice that the pieces are getting smaller as we go down. And remember, there was that fold there. So I'll see if I can find a piece that was on the fold so I can show you what I do when I get to that. I keep going until I get one that's not too small. I could still use this length. Maybe even one more. Okay, and then when I get that triangle, I just get rid of it. Okay, let's see if I can find one that's on the fold. Quickly show you what you do with the one on the, here's one. So when you get well, this one isn't, I guess, but if it was on the fold, it would end up looking like this when you opened it up. And I just take a pair of scissors and cut that up. So we've got all the nice pieces and we're done with that. And you would do that with 8 different fabrics. Pretty easy.